Yeah, we're live on both now. Okay, good evening, everyone. Thanks for, sorry for the delay, a couple of minutes late. Just checking my other channel on Facebook. I'm looking down at my phone, so just bear with me. Yeah, we got a few people coming on Facebook, and my YouTube channel is live now. Okay, thanks for attending. This is my weekly hangout, multiple streams of income, as I've been calling it now for the last the last 12 months. I've been doing this every Tuesday, 9:15. I tend to go through a number of different income streams, but tonight we're going to concentrate more on one particular income stream, spend a bit more time. I got a special guest on, a guy called Prem Johal. He's an expert from the banking industry in London over the last 20 years, so a lot of experience. So we're going to be talking about mainly about three different types of what I call assets, and that is BitCoin, gold, and silver. Okay, they're going to be the three sort of products or assets that we're going to be talking about. I have been mentioning this company the last couple of weeks, just for a couple of minutes on my other webinars every Tuesday, but I haven't gone into it in that much detail. I haven't done a full presentation on it yet, but we're just going to have a bit of a free for all. And any questions regards to this, we need questions to so we can get some interaction going. I can see a lot of people coming onto the call here. Just want to make sure everybody can hear me. So you can just put a yes in the chat bar. If you can put a yes in the chat bar, if you can hear me and see me okay on both Facebook and YouTube on this software I'm using here, Webinar on Jam. So just waiting for a few yeses to come in, just to make sure before I bring Prem onto the call. I can see Irvan, thanks for attending, and Jake, thanks for that on Facebook. We got a few people here. Can't pronounce your name there. Shabolix, Edward, Ejaz, how are you doing? Esther, thanks for attending. So anyway, let's get straight into this. I got a guy called Prem Johal, as I was just saying, and we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, gold, and silver, and a company called Swiss Gold Global. Okay. Now, Swiss Gold Global has been around, I think, around about 8 years, actually. It's been mainly offline. So it's built up a massive presence offline. But it's only come onto the social media side of online things only in the last couple of months. And I've only been involved in this myself since, I think, September I joined, actually. So I haven't been doing much and promoting it to a big scale yet. I've been sort of dipping my toe in and getting my head around it. But basically, I've started to get involved with the products now and start building a team. And nothing to worry about here, sort of cost-wise. You can get involved with this for as little as $25, okay? $25 a month, that is. You haven't got to recruit. You can come on just as a customer to start and dip your toe in. So no big amounts, no large amounts of money. We're going to be sort of putting pressure on you to get involved with tonight. Just going to be talking about it. And I'm going to bring up some slides while Prem starts to talk in the meantime. And then if you can put some questions in the chat, that'd be great. So just over to yourself, Prem, and if you can just introduce yourself, where you're from, as I just said, what your background is, and basically then move on to why you actually got involved with Swiss Gold Global. Can you hear me, Prem?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Adrian. Can you hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up?
Yeah, that's fine. I can see you. You okay? Yeah, fire away.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hello, everybody. Prem Johal, as Adrian just mentioned, I've worked in the city of London for 15 years, actually. I'm an economist by education and a wealth manager by what used to be my profession. I've seen the financial crisis from the inside of a bank and how things have happened. And I was actually part of the whole machinery that caused all the trouble to so many millions of households. So a couple of years ago, I decided I wanted to do something totally different. And I started network marketing with a different gold company. That worked well for me, but not necessarily for my team. So I found this one thing. We're kind of, mutual headhunting kind of a thing. And I joined Swiss Gold Global in July this year, 1st of July. So I'm also very new. But the reason I went for this company is just a no-brainer. So I need to cover a few very, very important points before we go into any further detail. First of all, you appreciate there is a difference between a Rolls-Royce and any other make of car, right? Rolls-Royce is high quality, very high precision, and absolutely top of the class, and people pay good money, top dollar for it. So we are dealing with a company which is effectively a very prestigious Swiss company called Argor Heraeus. This is one of the top refiners in the world, and they produce roughly 20% of the high quality gold in the whole world. So they are dominant in that particular niche. So the product we have, both gold and silver, and soon to come platinum and palladium, if you're even interested in those. But the product we have is absolutely high caliber. But what we do is we are able to offer it at literally wholesale prices. So you can go into the back office, check the prices, and then you can go into any website on the planet that does gold and silver in dollars, and you can compare the prices like for like. Chances are we will beat them. And even if they are a couple of dollars cheaper, a very rare occasion, even if they're a slightly bit cheaper, think they are not necessarily affiliate or MLM based. We are. So we give you the best products at very good prices. But the point is, like many other people, you'd be like, gold and silver, it's expensive stuff, man. Who has the spare cash to do that? You, I'm sure, are more interested in the income that you can generate through the system. And this is where things change for all of us. We are able to generate income using Bitcoin cloud mining attached to a strategic partnership with Genesis Mining of Germany. And I'm sure any of you that have been involved with Bitcoin already know who Genesis Mining are. But the difference in our compensation structure is very, very different from just going straight to Genesis. You go straight to Genesis and you can go and buy your own mining, no problem. You get the same price mining with us if you were to go to Genesis. But on top of that, we've got the gold and silver platform on the same level as the Bitcoin Genesis mining, all in one place, in one single back office. And to participate in that, all you have to do is ask Adrian for his link, click the link, become a member, get your passport uploaded. There may be an agreement to sign, get your KYC done, and go ahead and set yourself up to buy whatever little bit of wholesale priced Argor Heraeus Swiss certified precious metal in a Swiss vault location with Bitcoin cloud mining in the same system, and soon to come the ability to swap gold for silver, silver for Bitcoin, Bitcoin for dollars, dollars for Bitcoin, Bitcoin for gold. Go in and out anywhere you like, but obviously this is not recommended for trading. This is for accumulating. But the big advantage we have is, if you know anything about rev shares, which I'm sure many of you are pros at it, I am not, to be honest, but if you've been dealing with companies that are rev share based, our compensation plan actually gives you Bitcoin mining as a bonus credit to you. And if you were to refer people into this structure who go and get themselves some Bitcoin mining, each time they buy mining, you get mining as a bonus. They buy more mining, you get more mining. They compound their mining, you get your compounded mining to you, because each time they buy, you buy. So it's a no-brainer of a situation where you could potentially compound, and we've got compensation plans already that are able to cover, depending on your starting level, obviously, but the aim is always to aim for the highest available package that we have, which at the moment is the $5,000 package. It'll return you roughly about 25% per year in Bitcoin mining derived Bitcoin income paid out every single day. And that is without compounding the mining. If you took the mining and then compounded it, you stand to gain significantly more than that, right? So, Adrian, I think you've rejoined. Something happened.
Sorry, I lost the connection then. So yeah, I'm showing this twice. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can. I don't know if I should carry on.
What I was going to say is, I'm trying to find my slides for that Claudia sent me today, but I'm struggling to find them. But anyway, let's talk. Why is it important to I'm from a property background. I bought, 38 properties. I've owned 38 properties at one point over the last 20 years since I left school. But now I've sort of re-educated myself and diversify. I want to diversify into the likes of Bitcoin, gold, and silver. Why is it important, you think, to start saving, even if it's as little as $25 a month, into the likes of gold and silver and Bitcoin? What's the main reason for that, do you think?
Okay, very simple, Adrian. Everybody watching you and everybody you're in contact with tries to generate income for one and one only purpose, which is to ultimately have a portfolio of assets. You cannot consider yourself wealthy unless you have a combination of income and assets. Income is what gives you the ability to acquire assets, and assets, the portfolio of assets, is what you eventually hope to leave behind as a wealthy person and obviously enjoy during your lifetime. So property is a fantastic asset. Probably the best asset to own is property and land. The trouble with both property and land is they're a bit cumbersome. Okay, so if you had 38 properties, Adrian, if at any point you wanted to sell just one of them, that's great. It still takes you a few months to find a buyer, go through the legal process and the estate agents and everything else. It takes time. Gold and silver are assets at par, legally at par with property. The gold and silver is literally classified in the UK anyway as property, and you can liquidate it in small sizes or large sizes, but the idea is that you have real assets. Your pension funds are not assets. Your stock market portfolio aren't really assets. They're just paper securities. You can sell them and realize cash, no doubt, but they can crash very harshly and 30-40% can get wiped out. We've experienced this over and over again. I don't know if you remember a stock called Enron Corporation, one of the greatest corporations in the world. Turns out the whole thing was a fraud and the shares vanished, became zero. So anybody that wants to be wealthy must have assets, and gold and silver are kind of overlooked assets. They're dirt cheap right now in the market, and the forces that be are pushing the pricing down. So the lower it gets, the cheaper it becomes to acquire. If you just set aside a little bit of money to buy $25, $30, $50, $100 a month, like clockwork, you are building yourself something that will be here 3, 4, 5, 10 generations down the line, compared to your dollars and your pounds, which could vanish anytime, because obviously these are printed paper currencies and they have no real intrinsic value. So, when it comes to, let's say you have $100,000 in the bank, $100,000 sitting in your bank account.
Yeah.
And if something happened to you, the taxman comes and, before your nearest and dearest are to inherit that money, 40% in the UK will go away in inheritance taxes straight away. Instead, it is probably more efficient to use the annual gift tax limit, and within that limit, you convert your dollars into either gold or silver, and then literally have it as a gift ready for whoever is set to inherit it from you. So your life savings don't get taxed away. In fact, they become a physical gift to hand over to another person amongst your loved ones in case something happened to you. So there are many, many reasons, but our model is so simple. We are not dealing with any kind of beauty, health, or any consumable products. This is literally taking paper money, flipping it into metal money. And the reason you must have this metal money is because you will be one of the few people in your neighborhood that actually has real assets. If another financial crisis was to come, they hold value better than anything else. It is physical property after all, and a lot more simple to own than a property portfolio even. And in our case, with our compensation plan, guess what? You can own these physical assets on OPM basis, other people's money basis. So the compensation plan provides you the cash flow. You take the cash flow, and either you go buying more mining power to generate an incremental mining income, or you go conservative and you set it aside for gold and silver, and you build up real physical assets as a consequence. So I hope that answers your question, Adrian.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's perfect. You mentioned the word financial crisis. Have we got an echo on this call, or is it me?
No, I'm fine. I can hear you fine.
Yeah. You mentioned financial crisis. Just give us some examples of that, as because you've got a lot of experience there from your from the history you do. You know, I know you're up to scratch with all what's happening in different countries. I know there was a situation in India a few weeks ago where something to do with the rupees, with the $10 and $20 equivalent, and there's been also incidents, I think, in Iceland and Greece and Zimbabwe, where the government gets involved. Just give us some examples of that, and where the government can actually sort of take control of your fiat money, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's been happening throughout. It's just that, you know, a lot of people overlook it and don't necessarily pay attention when it's happening, and it's too late by the time it happens to you. So in Cyprus a few years ago, the government decided the banks were too weak. They were about to collapse. They asked Germany for money. The Germans refused to give any money. So guess what? The Cypriot government closed down all the accounts for a weekend, and over that weekend just dipped into people's deposits and took away. So some people paid up to 40-50% of their deposit was lost to pay the banks to help support them because the government wouldn't bail them out. This was called a bail-in. So bail-in is a realistic possibility. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just being realistic. A crisis happened in 2008, 2009, and nothing really was fixed. So another one is around the corner, and it could be here any minute. It could be here in another few years. I don't know. I'm not timing the market. But I do know that the problems cannot be fixed. So in India, what happened was a different sort of a problem, where the people had too much liquid cash, literally banknotes sitting around at home, that was proceeds of crime, essentially, because it was tax evaded money. The government decided, okay, we're going to clean this up. So they just banned the 500 and 1,000 Indian rupee note, which is the equivalent of the $10 and $20 bill in the US, you know, the most commonly used circulated money. Banned overnight. So this can happen anywhere. Icelandic banks, we know, obviously, they all collapsed. They had to be reorganized and restructured. And in the whole process, you know, millions of households lost a lot of money. So this is why whatever you're saving, first of all, let's say you're saving just $100 a month, right? If you're saving it and putting it in a bank, guess what you're doing? You're saving paper that will be worth less a year from now than what it is today, number one. Number two, you're putting it in an institution that is on the verge of collapse just by its nature, because all banks are built up on borrowing and on debt. They're not built on solid assets. And third, at the end of all of this, you've got nothing left other than what you end up spending. So your income becomes your expenditure, and at the end of a year, what have you got to show for it, unless you're putting it away into a real asset? And this is why our business is actually very, very critical. It isn't just, you know, me trying to make some money on the internet. No, it is a proper, real business, and I would highly recommend, you know, get in touch with Adrian. You know, he's one of our valued members, and what I would do is, you know, when you get in touch, if anybody needs any individual guidance on anything or any understanding, we've got the resources. It's an 8-year-old company, guys. It's been around since 2008, and we are even supported and backed up by the likes of Bob Proctor. Supported in the sense he does videos to come forward publicly and say, I would highly recommend this company and the people who are involved with this company. You know, we can give you a whole bunch of details also, but, you know, for the time being, those who have already signed up with Adrian, I know he's got a whole bunch of people signed up. Get your KYC done, look into your back office, and go for some of the mining. It's available at the same price as Genesis. And if you're able, just set up a monthly payment mechanism and go on saving some gold and silver for yourself. Don't worry about the price. You're getting it at wholesale. don't worry about the brand. It's the absolute best you can buy at that price anyway. So all these complexities are taken away from you. You've got a simple platform on a platter, and boom, 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 you've got gold, silver, Bitcoin, all in a straightforward way. All right, Adrian, any other questions?
Yeah, a few more questions.
Okay.
I know there's a few other companies out there sort of specializing in just been trying to bring the screen up, specializing in gold, silver, and Bitcoin mining. Well, why do you think Swissco Global is different to all the others? What hedge have we got, or what advantage have we got? Obviously, without going into attack all these other ones, I feel Swissco Global is a lot better than all the other ones. So why do you feel that it's a lot better than all the other ones? Is it just because it's been already trading 8 years, because the pricing is cheaper, the spot price is a lot cheaper? Or what's the main thing, do you think?
We have the best product, and I will give you an example compared to other opportunities.
Yeah.
There are other gold-based MLMs that do some kind of a Turkish gold, and we've got Swiss certified gold. There is a difference. You cannot take a Mercedes-Benz and a Hyundai back to the dealer and expect the same price. Even the dealer will give you more for the Mercedes than they would for a Hyundai. So the same logic applies. The brand we've got commands a premium in the market at the time of buying, but also a premium at the time of selling. So it is important that you go for the right high quality product. We've got that covered. We've been around 8 years, which is longer than all the others, which goes in our favor. We are based in Switzerland. You get a free vault facility based in Switzerland. It does not get more secure than that. We are a debt-free company. Many others are, but we are a debt-free company. So your assets are relatively secure, and they're not even held with us. They're actually held directly with the refiner and their storage facility. So for the advantages we have, we just really have no competition. When it comes to Bitcoin mining, I mean, if you can find an operation that is bigger than Genesis itself, our top leaders, the CEO, has just come back from visiting Genesis in Munich, and it's $100 million operation. They know what they're doing. You can buy yourself an S9 Antminer and stick it in your bedroom and power it with whatever electricity you want, and you can mine your own Bitcoin, no problem. But when the difficulty rate goes up and you need to upgrade your hardware, you're looking at more capital expenditure there than with us, because with us, you've bought your hash rate already, right? When you buy through Genesis, you've got your hash rate. To upgrade any of the hardware, to make any necessary adjustments, to keep it profitable as far as possible, becomes a job of Genesis. So you're literally outsourcing it. Agreed, you're earning a little bit less than mining it on your own, but mining it from home is no longer a profitable proposition, because there's just far too many people jumping in the mining pool in order to drive the difficulty rate up. So, when you actually make a checklist of what it is that you're looking for in a business, you want an aggressive pay plan, got it. You want the best quality products, got it. You want the best quality products at the cheapest price, got it. And despite that, you want an MLM structure, got it, because we've got it all bolted on. And the most important thing I must say is that we are legal in all 50 United States, because the compensation plan is put together by Mike Sheffield Associates, the very same guys who are helping Vima and Herbalife get out of trouble with the SEC. So we are not likely to face any issues on that front, because we've got a very clear, very transparent, very legit compensation plan. Tick all these boxes, and you've got a business that will be here 30 years from now. I am not sure I can say that about a lot of the businesses that are being promoted out there in cyberspace. We will be here. I do believe we're going to be here for a very, very long time, because we are structured to last. Because we're dealing with a very precious commodity, and that's exactly what our strength is. So I don't think we really have any competition out there. All others wish they had our license for Argo Heraeus, but they don't. So we beat them hands down on price, on quality, on pretty much everything. So back to you.
So basically, then Swissco Global is a one-stop shop then to acquire wealth, to to preserve your wealth, using to buy Bitcoin, gold, and silver. Those three products or assets, and I probably go as far to say they're probably three of the biggest, if not the biggest, next to property, if not even better than property, isn't it? Those three products on its own.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, like I said, property is ideal. You know, these financial crises happen in history every 7 to 10 years. So it's nothing, no big deal. Some are bigger, much bigger than others, but these are cyclical events that keep happening. Now, every time a crisis begins to take place, those who enter the crisis with assets come out the other side better off than those who enter the crisis being borrowers. They come out the other side being worse borrowers. So that's how the cycle of borrowing goes on generation after generation. The cycle of poverty goes on generation after generation. So to break from that cycle, what you need is to follow what wealthy people have been doing for generations, for 4,000 years, and that is they are landowners, and he who has the gold rules. So rulers, the money of kings is gold and silver, and land. These are three assets that will seal through any crisis, and when you come out the other side of the crisis, you are relatively better off than everybody else. Everybody else will feel a lot poorer, you will feel a lot richer, and that is the secret to knowing you must have assets on top of the income. Guess what we do? We take care of both of them. We take care of the income through the compensation plan and the real assets instead of getting entangled in property deals, and there are so many variations. You know, Adrian, very well how complex the property market can be. We cater to a global audience. Reach out to your local community leaders for, you know, the Asian communities, the Chinese communities, the African community. They're all lovers of gold. On top of that, they are now lovers of Bitcoin because it makes it so easy to send a payment brother to brother from the United Kingdom to Lagos, Nigeria, or Delhi in India, or Shanghai in China. Boom, in nanoseconds, your Bitcoin has reached them. So given the convenience, given the demand for these asset classes, these kind of not only payment methods, but these actual physical assets, I think we are perfectly positioned. All you need to do is tap into the right resources and you're off to a winner. Any other questions, Adrian?
2 seconds, just readjusting my screen here. Yeah, it's a good point what you made earlier on regards to property. I did have 38 properties. I'm in the process of selling up 33%, a third of my properties, to move into the likes of to put more into the likes of Bitcoin, gold, and silver. I know a lot of people are actually starting off in property, and you know, I've sort of bought the T-shirt when it comes to property. I've done that, and I'm quite bored with what's up. I'm quite bored with property now. I haven't done that the last 20 years, so I'm more excited now about the likes of Bitcoin, gold, and silver. But the thing about, as you mentioned earlier, the thing about property is if I want to liquidate, just say one of my properties, I have to sell the whole property. So if that property is worth $100,000, then I have to sell the whole property to liquidate my $100,000. But with the likes of Bitcoin, gold, and silver, I can just sell $10,000 worth of that, can I?
Yes, absolutely. And not just that, anybody that joins us as a member, I think there's a bit of echo there, but anyone that joins us as a member, you get to sell back at 0%. So the price in the market 6 months down the line is the price you're going to get. So we don't rip you off. Like I said, we have transparency, and which is why I can literally, you know, pat my chest and tell you we are really superior to a lot of precious metals companies out there, to all of them actually, pretty much. So when it comes to selling it, you've had it saved in your secure Swiss vault. If you wanted it home delivered, that's an insured LBMA compliant home delivery. So you can take possession of it there. But if you leave it in the vault 6 months down the line, you wanted to sell 10%, no problem. You wanted to sell 100%, no problem. You raise liquidity and use it like literally an external savings account away from the banking system, away from the US dollar, away from the euro, pound, sterling, whatever. So it ticks so many boxes, because what you're essentially doing is building up something parallel to a pension plan, something with a more reliable track record than stocks and shares, which is what pensions are made up of, and something where you don't have to wait for the government to sort your problems out. You are saving on your own anyway. Plus, we are giving you the money. We are paying you the compensation plan. Take it to another level. Start marketing it, and you get paid to save. So you're literally being paid to accumulate assets. I mean, what can be better than that?
Exactly. Why is it then that going back, 15, 20 years ago, when I left school, I got into property, and I'm glad I got into property because it made me a lot of money. I was there at that last boom, in between 2000 and 2007, 8. But why was it like 15, 20 years ago, there was no education, or they weren't, I don't know of any sort of financial advisors, never give advice on putting your money into gold or silver. It was always put it into an ISA or a TESA, or put it into an endowment policy, or put it into a personal pension. And none of any of those made money for anyone. Everyone lost money. None of the pensions performed, I don't think. Nobody made any money in the last 20 years. But if all those people had put, including myself, had started saving in gold and silver 20 years ago, just 100 quid a month, surely that'd be worth a nice sum today, wouldn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And a lot of the financial advisors actually failed their customers, their clients, because a financial advisor for the last 100-odd years has had the same responsibility, is to tell everybody, if you have $1, put 10 cents in precious metals, just 10 cents as a savings instrument, and the remaining 90, you do whatever else you want. You have a diversified mixed portfolio of bonds, mutual funds, shares, and all this kind of fancy stuff. But 10 cents, just like a central bank would, 10 cents, you put it away in precious metals. But they didn't. They didn't because they didn't know how. You see, if I was a financial advisor, if you were a financial advisor, what would you tell people where to go? You can send them off to some precious metals retailer, and I can prove it now. I'm not going to share the screen right now, but I can prove it to you that even the UK's most favorite precious metal retailer actually is a ripoff, and we do better prices. So, there's further complexity. Like, should you buy bars or should you buy coins? If you buy coins, should they be of a specific government mint, or should there be some kind of a private mint? If there are bars, should there be small bars or large bars? And if it is a small bar, which make should it be? Should you go with the metric system, like have it in 10, 20, 50, 100 grams? Or should you go with the imperial system, have it in 1 ounce, 5 ounce, 3/4 of an ounce, those kind of measures? It gets complicated. It really does get complicated. There are so many brand names which most people haven't even heard of. Like, you've got Metalor, Umicore, Valcambi, PAMP, Scottsdale, and Argo Heraeus in our case. There's so many makers. So you look at a web page and you're thinking, which one should I buy? We take care of all of that. We give you the best, Argo Heraeus, at wholesale. So in the morning, wake up, check the live price of gold or silver in the market, which 2 banks would be happy to trade with each other. That is roughly the price that you will be getting with us in the back office. So you don't even have to worry. You can just switch off and just leave it on autopilot. I spoke to a gentleman today. He's Nepalese. He's connected to 150 families of Nepalese people in one place in the UK. And he says they all buy gold because they save it up for a future wedding of a daughter or a son, to convert it into jewelry for that wedding occasion. And they say, it's an expensive commodity. So he's like, can they just, they don't want to do anything to do with MLM. Can they just put down a little automatic savers plan and just go ahead and save? Yes. And what do they get at the end? Well, definitely not jewelry, because that gets diluted. The jewelers, they mix a little bit of copper in it in order to strengthen the gold, and you lose a bit of gold. and plus you have to pay 20% in the artwork, costs money. With us, you're saving in gold bars. If you don't want them anymore, sell them in the market. And if they go up in price 3-4 generations down the line, your generations will be thanking you for preserving real assets for them. And like I say, would you rather leave $1,000 in a shoebox as a gift to somebody who is, who will be going to college in 10, 15, 20 years? Would you rather do that? Or would you give them a solid bar of gold, which they can sell at that point and probably make a lot more money than their tuition fees, So, financial advisors actually didn't do it because they didn't know what to do, how to do it. We take care of that problem. We make it simple, straightforward, and easy. Okay.
And the funny thing is, I don't know any rich financial advisors, do you? I don't know any wealthy rich financial advisors. You think a financial advisor should know what they're doing, and they should be quite wealthy. But no, I don't know any rich ones. Do you?
Yes, I do. I do actually, because of my background. I've known.
They must not be telling us, giving us the big picture. Then, if they are rich and nobody else is rich.
Well, this is the thing. The top dogs that I was working with, we used to call them $1 million producers. They produce revenues worth $1 million for themselves, which means for the bank they produce about $4 to $5 million, of which they take home $1 million. And $4 to $5 million requires a book of about $500 million worth of a client book. And if you have them on annuitized revenue, it gets complicated, but I'm just talking wealth management now from my previous career. There are people like that. There's at least 1,000 financial advisors in the city of London today that make $1 million. But it's a dog-eat-dog world, And one of the reasons why I left is because I didn't want to be involved in that kind of a world where no matter how hard you try, some bigger manager can come and just take your clients away and reassign them to someone else. And you're like, hey, I spent a whole year developing this relationship, and now it's out of my hands, But no, financial advisors can make a lot of money if they're in the right banks and if they're connected to the right clients. I mean, you only need a handful of Saudi Arabian clients, and money flows. Basically, it like rains on you. But not everybody can do that. So it's easier to use a good, solid network marketing company and work your backside off. It may be very, very hard initially. It may cost you more than you're willing to give in your personal life, in your peace of mind, in your sanity. But once you get going, then you'll start seeing the rewards coming in, and then the exponential growth factor comes in. And anybody can do it. You don't need any specialist knowledge. In our business, you certainly don't. Because what are we dealing with? You're telling people, convert your paper money into metal money, and we will give you digital money. And when somebody says, what? Then you can explain the business model. In fact, those people who join with us and buy a big chunk of mining power, by the time Christmas comes and goes, you should have enough Bitcoin on your Zapper wallet or your Bitcoin wallet. Take a friend after Christmas, take a friend for a coffee, and when you've had your coffee and cake, tell them, by the way, that was paid by Bitcoin. And then they're like, how'd you do that? Well, guess what? I've been earning Bitcoin on the 24th, 25th, and 26th of December, when the rest of the world was rushing around, trying to sort things out and all that organization that it takes. I was earning passively without talking to a single soul. I've been earning Bitcoin. When they get interested, you tell them, well, you can do what I'm doing. I'll send you my link. There you go. It's money after all. You're not selling a product. You're not having to push some kind of unique compensation plan. Just tell them, are you interested? Do you want to make 20-25% return per year in Bitcoin? Would you be interested in that? Because if you don't, your money, $4, $5, whatever, $10,000 you may have in the bank is actually physically rotting away because you're losing purchasing power, and it is stuck in an institution that can take your account and freeze it. You don't have those worries with us. So, there are risks, of course, to cloud mining. But, when somebody gets serious, we are able to explain both the risks and the rewards in full detail. Okay, Adrian?
So basically, what would you say is a reasonable percentage? You mentioned 10% earlier on. Would you say between 5 and 20% of what you earn every week, put it into Bitcoin, gold, and silver? And how much would you spread percentage-wise into Bitcoin, gold, and silver? Would you do a 33 and a third percent? Or would you put more into Bitcoin than gold, or vice versa, or silver?
That's a very, very difficult question because it depends
Yeah.
on everybody's income level, right? For example, if you are earning $100 and out of that 20 or 30 are being spent in servicing the interest of loans, then you are already in a bit of a pickle, right? So what you then need is income more aggressively than savings. So people who need more income more urgently should be going for the mining portion, because that is returning you something in Bitcoin every single day. But then you may not be so aggressive. You may not want to take the kind of cloud mining risk. You may not want to put yourself in a position where a lot of your capital is tied in with a digital currency. So in that case, set up gold and silver savings. From within gold and silver, silver is cheaper right now than gold, relatively speaking. So I would go for the silver over the gold. But before taking home delivery, I would sell the silver, swap it into gold, because gold is tax-free. Silver in most countries attracts some kind of VAT or some kind of taxation because it's also an industrial metal. So it's very simple. Compared to silver and gold, I go for silver. But when it's home delivery, I go for gold. If I'm going to leave it there and sell it sometime in the future when I've made a nice little profit on it, then I will leave it in silver. How much should it be is a question of, well, how much can you spare? Whatever is going into your bank as a savings account, you can stick it in here. And once you have it in gold or silver, a week down the line, you decided, you know what, actually, no, I'd rather spend it on something else. No problem. Click the sell button, knowing that all our affiliates get to sell at 0% back. Liquidate it, have it out by BitCoin wallet. So you can have it paid into your Bitcoin wallet if you want, the proceeds of the sale of silver or gold. You can have it paid into PayPal, and you can have it bank wired back to your bank account. Straightforward. We use PayPal, by the way, and we've used it successfully non-stop for 8 years. We don't have any of the rev share issues because it's a legitimate, proper, registered, authorized, heavily regulated, LBMA accredited business. And it's not a new startup that started, June this year. It is a company that's been around for 8 years, and we are called Swiss Gold Global because we are able to cater to a global audience. Yeah?
Yeah, it's a good point you mentioned then about the silver, because that's quite smart, isn't it? But what's this? Are you talking about the multi-crypto exchange? Has that launched yet, where you can convert your silver into Bitcoin, your Bitcoin into your gold into Bitcoin, your gold into silver? Is that what you're talking about?
The multi-exchange is coming. The multi-exchange is actually a little more than this. The multi-exchange is basically where you can take any. Now, I know, Adrian, from our private discussions, I know you're in FuelCoin. I know you're with a few other cryptocurrencies. So any cryptocurrency that is on a publicly available exchange where anybody can buy that cryptocurrency, you are able to take that and swap it into gold and silver. So if you ever get nervous about holding a cryptocurrency that you may think, okay, well, it was going well, but I think it's not going to keep going well. If you ever get that feeling, you can quickly flip it into gold and silver with us, and avoid taking the proceeds in dollars, basically. So that is coming online. It is not 100% ready yet. But anybody that is interested in this aspect, I would highly recommend sign up with Adrian now. At least get yourself a free account. A free account isn't going to cost you anything. It's like filling out an online email form, right? Get yourself an access to the back office. Take a look around. You can compare prices. You can see exactly how Bitcoin mining is compared with us compared to Genesis mining. Get familiar with the system now. Upload your KYC. Be ready. And go ahead and save. When you're ready to earn the very aggressive compensation plan we've got, if you're ready to do that, and it can compound and multiple compound, then that's the point at which you upgrade your package, and it's a very straightforward internal thing to upgrade. You need to choose when you're ready. But to begin with, at least get yourself a free account and get yourself wholesale priced cloud mining for Bitcoin and wholesale priced gold and silver. No brainer really.
I'm just sharing my screen.
Okay.
I'm logged into my Swiss Gold Global back office. My screen.
Yep.
You can see okay, can you?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed with this. I'm looking down. I hope my missus is not watching this, but I'm looking to buy this as a present for her for Christmas.
Okay.
And that's a 5 gram. It's called a 5 gram K-Heart gold. Just blow that up a bit.
Yeah.
5 gram. The looks of it.
Yeah.
So is that right? That's 5 grams and it's $186. Is that right? But the conversion fee is $70. Just explain what that is and what's actually happening here. Obviously, we're not saving in gold here. Now I'm actually buying real Hargas Reyes gold to put on the neck. Is that right?
Correct. So what you're doing here is the 186 is the price of that gold in the wholesale market. You may have been collecting gold on a monthly basis, whatever, 5, 10, 20 grams every month, month after month. So you've got a lot of grams in the back office. If you've got grams in the back office, pay the conversion fee $70, and that is the product that you will have in your hand. Now, if you look on the far side of the same page, you also have 5 gram gold multi-ingot card. So that one, you're only paying $35 for that because that's a straightforward standard 5 individual grams. But the important thing to notice is the estimated market value of 186.71. Take that for 5 grams and compare it out there with just about anybody. If you're watching this from the US, JM Bullion and APMEX, we beat their prices hands down. If you're watching this in the United Kingdom, bullionbypost.co.uk, even a Guernsey Bullion, we beat their prices hands down. So it's a no-brainer. I mean,
let me just log into Bullion by Post because 186 divided by 5 grams comes to.
Well, you're gonna have to use a calculator for that. You're gonna have to use a calculator. Well, first of all, if you just go hit a gold bars on the left side screen. Left side column, just go gold bars. Yeah, click that and let it load, and then let's go for the 5 gram bar. There you go. It says the one that says Metalor. If you click the view, yeah, if you click that, there you go. It says 165 British pound. It's roughly $1.25 to the pound. So you're already looking at more than $200 and something worth of gold there, and it's not 165. You see where it says 165 and it says buy there. If you click that, well, PAMP is even more expensive, obviously.
Sorry, I got the wrong one there. Let's go back. Sorry, I missed that. 5 gram gold bars. Which one was it?
The very first one. The very first tab. There you go. If you click buy there.
Yeah.
And now you will notice it's actually, you get that for 165 if you buy 100 of them. It's a nightmare. So for a single one, it's actually 180. Yeah.
180 in dollars. What's that? Times by $1.25.
Correct.
That's $225 a gram.
There you go, and we give it to you for $186.
Yeah, $225 for 5 grams. Sorry, and we're doing it at
186.
That's a massive difference, isn't it?
Well, straight away, right? I mean, no brainer. And okay, admitted that Bullion by Post will do an insured home delivery included in the price for the United Kingdom. However, we are dealing with a global company. Your affiliates could be based anywhere, and if they wanted it home delivered, obviously it depends, that there's that little bit of overhead that comes along with it anyway. But if you have the 5 grams in there, and if you changed your mind last minute and you said you didn't want to buy it, you could sell it at 0%. And that is where our real advantage is. We don't rip you off, basically. And yeah, I think, if Adrian, if you get your KYC taken care of, I think you've got something pending, haven't you? If you do that, this makes a lovely present, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, I'm just explaining. Obviously, jeweler's point of view, a lot of the stuff you buy in the jeweler shops in town, if you bought something, if you bought a similar pendant there, you probably walk back in there a few weeks later or a few months later and say, what can I get back for this? They're probably it'll be a pawn value, won't it?
No. It doesn't work like that. If you went to a jeweler's, you're likely to have a range of different carats. So you can have 9 carat, which is highly diluted, or you can have 18 carat gold, which is quite popular, but you're not likely to have 24 carat gold. That's because 24 karat gold ordinarily is not suitable. It's too soft. It is the purest, but it is too soft to be used in jewelry. So this is why this is pure gold. This is effectively money in the shape of a heart pendant.
Yeah, but what I mean is, whatever quality it is, the jewelry is in the shop, surely when you buy that and good deal, you come to sell it, the jewelers is not going to give you the same price back for it if you take it back there a year later.
Oh yeah, that's right. Here they know that this is Argo Heraeus. They will give you what is fair value in the market. They will give you that for this particular one. But for ordinary jewelry, which is not 24 carats, no, you'll never get back that. You lose up about 30%. That's
right. So for me, if I'm buying something for my missus, why would I want to walk into a jeweler shop and probably devalue? Because it's like cheaper jewelry, isn't it? When I could buy something like this, and she could go back in 2 or 3 years' time and get more money for this potentially, couldn't she?
Correct. But on the other hand, you wouldn't necessarily buy jewelry from us. From us, what you're buying is literally converting paper into metal money. This is money. So even though it looks nice, it is actually money for all respects. And I wouldn't compare this to what you get in the jewelry store. It just happens to be a lovely little article that we have in the back office, and it's worth having as a Christmas present. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Let me bring up some slides here. My screen. This one here. Just explain this. These are some of the slides. You can see the screen, can you?
Yeah.
And, start saving in gold and silver on BitCoin. You can either become a saver or just a customer. See an affiliate. Just explain this slide here, which let's make it bigger. The screen. There you go.
Yep.
You've got a free account. Just explain the account. Now, this is a free account. So on the left, you've got the free account from a customer point of view. And on the right, you've got an affiliate payout. So just explain these numbers and figures on here.
Okay. So whether you're a free account holder or the top affiliate, all of us get access to Swiss certified gold and silver at exactly the same price. So everybody pays wholesale price, 2.97% in this case, above the actual spot fixed in the morning. It gets a little complicated, but the point is it's as close as you can get to the wholesale price where a country would deal with another country. Everybody, whether you're a free saver or an affiliate, gets the ability to have physical delivery. Besides, you also have a vaulting facility depending on what your options are. You can buy lifetime mining contracts in your back office, whether you're a free account holder or an affiliate. You can top up anytime you want, and the price you see below, the 200 gigahash for $30 and then the 15,000 gigahash for $19.50 below, this is literally copy paste from the Genesis Mining website. So this is to demonstrate to you whether you're a free account member or an affiliate member, doesn't matter, you still get access to this included regardless, right? Now, the ROI is a wrong wording. It should not say return on investment. It should say mining income paid daily, because it is Bitcoin mining. It is not a regulated activity. It is a physical share in a mining operation of a proper server farm, and therefore it should be called mining paid daily. And you have a Swiss Gold Global 2.0 customer account, which means you can, when the exchange is open, you can swap it into cryptocurrency. You can swap cryptocurrency into physical metal. So this is all straightforward. But
So, yeah.
go on.
Yeah, just so as a customer, then you would start this from a gold and silver point of view. From this doesn't mention on there, from as little as $25 a month.
That's too safe. I mean, if you're gonna be a free account holder, you can come in occasionally and buy gold every now and then, fine, but you need to fund the account. So what we propose is, instead of funding the account with a lot of money in one shot, just spread it out, spread it out over a year. And if you in a whole year, if you just only wanted to buy like $300 worth of gold, then you start with $25 a month times 12, that's $300. And at the end of the year, you've got $300 worth of gold, and you've captured the average monthly price over the 12-month period. So, that's for you to just set up a regular clockwork savings account. So something is going away constantly into gold and silver without you having to worry too much about physically doing anything. It just, does it on autopilot. But obviously you can have more. And if you wanted to actually...
From a BitCoin point of view, yeah. And for as little as $30, and they can buy a mining package for as little as $30. That's a one-time payment. Is that right?
That's right. So $30 is minimum, and it's a one-time payment, and it's a lifetime contract. However, bear in mind that 200 gigahash at this current difficulty rate won't be yielding you an awful lot. Okay, so you might make about $9 to $10 in a year by putting in $30. So it's not terribly much, to be honest.
I mean, is they could rather than $30 stuck in a bank account and nothing, it's better than nothing. But basically, they could add to that every month. They could use it. They could use this BitCoin mining package as a savings plan as well. They could put in $30 a month, couldn't they?
Oh, absolutely right. Because even if it is $9 isn't much, or $9 to $10 isn't much in a year, it's still about 25 to maybe 30 times more than what your bank is paying you. So yeah, definitely. Every $30 spent on mining is worth it, and every time you have more, just keep adding more to it and build yourself up. Then you're building up basically daily income cash flow. So if I just show you this 15,000 gigahash on the other side, which is costing 1,950, if you don't want to start out with that much to begin with, but you want to build up towards it, this thing is at the moment paying about $1,400 a year. You see, now it's getting juicy. You spend 1,950 on 15,000 gigahash of mining. That should pay you roughly $3.88 per day, every day, for the rest of the validity of the contract, which is a lifetime contract. It will only expire if some disastrous events take place. If those disastrous events don't take place, it will keep paying you $1,400 at today's rate. If the difficulty changes, but also the price of Bitcoin goes up, it could pay you even more than that. But right now it's paying $1,400.
That's quite an incredible return. Without obviously, I don't want to mention a return on investment. So $1,950 in today, $88 a day. That's as you said, over $1,400 a year, and that's going to be every year.
Absolutely.
You've nearly had all your money back in the first year, more or less.
Oh yeah. And what it pays out on a daily basis, the moment you have just 30, look, you can go and get 200 gigahash more. Then you have another 30 another week, get 200 more. So if you did that every week, you could have 25,000 gigahash by the start of your second year. And
so
if you could,
so basically the compound, if you use the compound effect, then it could turn out a period of time.
That's right. That's the compounding I'm talking about. It has the same effect as basically ad packs maturing, and you take the excess income and then you go and repurchase another ad pack. It has the same effect, except ad packs are a function of people buying new ad packs with their own money. Here it's literally a mining machine with sophisticated graphic cards solving an algorithmic problem in order to create BitCoin for you, so you don't need new members. You want new members to accelerate your income plan, but you don't need new members to generate BitCoin. You just want to have a slice of this BitCoin mining power, and it'll compound for you if you just keep buying more and more mining power. You're looking at a very healthy daily income in dollars.
What is, just a matter of interest, somebody pays 1,950 as a customer, what am I getting as an affiliate?
So this is the beauty. You can go to Genesis and pay 1,950 and they will say thank you very much and probably shake your hand. Well done.
Yeah.
If you did that with us, the sponsor gets 750 gigahash added to your back office as a thank you. You will not get that with Genesis.
Percentage of the 1,950 in dollars or cash, I get it paid in gigahertz, is that right?
You will get paid gigahash as bonus. So what you're getting is, you see, now if you look at this other column on the right side that says affiliate payout, basically somewhere down the line, no matter whether it's a free saver or an affiliate saver, doesn't matter whether it's you've got hundreds of free accounts or just a handful of affiliates, doesn't matter. When they buy gold, each time they buy gold or silver, you get paid 1% on the order value. But when they buy more mining, you get 5% on the mining as well.
So 5% of that 5% of 15,000 is obviously 750 gig.
Correct. So when you look at the 200 gigahash, the smallest package, when somebody gets 200 gigahash, you basically get 10 gigahash given to you as 5% of the 200.
You've got a lot of people just coming in with $30. It all adds up, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And it's beautiful. I mean, if I could screen share and show you my back office, you know, I did nothing, and all of a sudden I'm sitting on like hundreds of dollars worth of mining power that I never paid for. Why? Because somebody goes, there's earning, anybody goes and buys 200 gigahash, I get 10 gigahash. They buy 200 more, I get 10. They buy 200 more, I get 10. So if somebody comes in with a fat package of 1950, every week they're likely to buy 200. When they buy 200 every week, I get 10 every week. It may not be much from one person, but then more and more people you have, it just keeps multiplying, you know? So this is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
When your free customers or affiliates, when they start to compound their mining power, yours gets compounded involuntarily. You don't even have to do anything. You just keep getting more bonuses added to.
Yeah, well, this is sinking in more, even myself. I said I've spoken to you many times on the understanding on all the back end of it all, but compared to all the other sort of compounding effect sort of programs which are out there, which sort of come a year today gone in time, this has mass more potential, isn't it?
Absolutely. And you know what, it's Adrian, to be very honest with you, when we met last time, I didn't get a chance to open my laptop and go through the details. We tried to work it out on a piece of paper, right? It takes a little bit of attention, but when the penny drops, this is a supremely powerful mechanism, because literally everybody's compounding, because why wouldn't you? And those that don't want to compound, go and buy silver instead. Guess what? If you buy silver, you get 1% anyway. That's a good income. You know, keep rolling up more and more, and you're generating overall volume. And those who come in on the big package, they will get paid 2% ambassador level for the whole organization. So, you know, there are obviously higher levels of compensation, which I don't think we should get into now. Yeah. But you know, anyone coming in at the big $3,000 or $5,000 package, they are set to make a significant amount because of the sheer volume of people joining, whether they're directs, spillover, indirects. They just have to look down at the structure and see how many people there are, and imagine you're getting paid in left, right, and center in every which way.
But I got to be honest with you, the penny did drop a few weeks ago, but I think it's dropped again now, because I'm seeing potential. The higher amount, we come on to the higher packages in a bit, but the people, like a numbers game, bringing loads of people in at the $30 entry level year.
Yeah.
$50 is quite reasonable. $350 package there on BitCoin mining. just accumulate affiliate commissions and help people as well potentially build their own teams in this $30 and $350 package on its own, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. I mean, Adrian, if you think about it, with every one rev share going down per week practically, or having some kind of difficulty, and all the 10, 15, 20,000 members that join it, surely they buy ad packs worth $30 or similar. Here you've got mining power instead of an ad pack. So basically you've got mining instead of an ad pack. You've got low entry with a free account if that's how you want to start. When you're ready to refer a large team, upgrade to one of the affiliate packages. As soon as you're an affiliate, 249 is the starting package.
Yeah, there you go. I've just switched my screen. I just switched my screen. Just explain the affiliate package. That's a 249 one-time payment of $50 a month. Is that right?
That's right. 249 is a one-time payment to get registered. And then you pay $50 a month from the second month. The first month's $50 is included. You also get $50 worth of silver straight away. So you get 25% paid out in silver, which nobody can argue with. You know, you got physical product given to you straight away. And you get 200 gigahash of Bitcoin mining included. And it will roughly return 4% a year, which isn't much on the 249, 4% a year. But then you've only got, you know, it's a starter level. And the point is that even at this relatively cheap level of getting in, you are still allowed to sell the bigger packages and take the bigger bonuses. So this is, even the bigger package owners are effectively affiliates at this level, because it is $50 a month for absolutely everybody. But you can upsell, you can have a big ticket sale with a low monthly cost volume.
Yeah, I find so this is a great entry level for somebody, a few grand to their name, but they can build a team. They can come in for 249 and basically start building a team, can't they? A massive team if you wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially those who are able to build large volume teams on low spend, they can at least get free members built up quickly and upgrade when you're ready. You know, you would upgrade in order to have those relatively juicy bonuses, but in the meantime, you're earning anyway, aren't you? You've got your mining working for you, which is the same as you would with Genesis Mining. So why would you not have a free account with a little bit of mining trickling away for you? You know, it's a no-brainer for most people.
Okay, and what's the advantage of the next package? The slides. Oh yeah, on the right-hand side, you know, it's just explaining about the affiliate payout. Is that right? It pays on 6 or 7 levels. Is that right? The affiliate commissions.
So it's the MLM portion pays 7 levels deep, but it's unlimited levels wide. Obviously, you'll need a significant number of people to fill all the levels. But let's say you just have a few people, 5 people in your level 1, and you encourage them to duplicate. You can create a reasonably good and everybody sticks to this kind of a package. You know, nobody upgrades. Even if they remain at the low budget level, you still get a reasonable income on a monthly basis. But remember, this is not some fast-paced rev share. This is a company that's been around for 8 years and pays out every month. You know, it pays out weekly as well as monthly, depending on what type of bonus it is. So, you know, for what it's worth, there is another level up that costs $797. That's the same as this, except you're paying the monthly fees is rolled up into one lump sum in advance. So you're paying the monthly fees that you would have otherwise paid $50 a month for 12 months, 11 months. You're paying that up front, and because you're paying it up front, you get a $50 discount in the total cost. You get 3 times as much gold or silver, and you get 2.5 times as much Bitcoin mining at the starting point. So you're already hitting the ground running with a slightly more aggressive content, including precious metal as well as more mining. But the broad terms are more or less the same. You know.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, all these other I think gold, silver, and Bitcoin and and other cryptocurrency systems out there, they all use a binary system. This is not a binary system. This is a unilevel. Is that right? A unilevel MLM. Is that right?
That's right. This is a 7-level deep unilevel plan where you will be paid spillover down to 7 levels. You can have directs if you want down to 7 levels, but you can structure anyhow you want. It's extremely flexible the way you want to plant your people. And once you've planted them, provided they are, obviously actively promoting or mining, and therefore adding more mining power and doing some activity all the time, based on that, you get paid constantly. So it's literally a constant payment mechanism that pays out. And no, it is not a binary. So basically, I can tell you I've been an affiliate with another gold-based MLM that is literally a binary. And tens of thousands of members are stuck with units in the back office that they're not able to cycle and convert into payments. So they're sitting there on millions and millions of euros worth of payments that are just not being released because not everybody knows how to recruit efficiently. So that's the trouble with the binary. Here, if you recruit just 2 or 3 people, you get paid a fair amount for all 2 or 3 people. If you're a good recruiter, bring in 20, 30, you get paid for 20, 30. So each person gets paid according to their introduction. That's the referral reward. But you've got the Bitcoin mining anyway. That's already paying you even before you begin to refer anybody. So why not just start mining, earn your money through mining, and when you're ready to promote it, or when you are able to bring people on board, you get the other bonus structure added to it as well. Yeah.
And the other thing is, a lot of these binaries, or most of them, power level, great, but you have to build the other thing, otherwise you don't get paid, do you?
No, so here there is no concept of a power leg. You can literally have as wide as you want, as deep as you want, but up to 7 levels. Beyond that, the 8th level, you will not get paid for it, unless you're an ambassador. If you're an ambassador, you get paid unlimited levels for the 2% volume bonus. But here you can go as wide as you want. And because it's not a binary, the only difference it will make how wide you go, you should have at least 5 members in your level 1, because that affects your rank advancement, but it doesn't affect your pay. Your actual cash payment is the same, doesn't matter whether you have 3 members, 5 or 50. But obviously, if you have a minimum of 5 and there's a certain combination, then you get, your promotion comes sooner. That's all. But there's no money lost. You're not suffering a financial damage because of the structure. Remember, every binary is designed to favor the company and the company owners, because they know. You see, because if everybody in a binary was to cycle equally efficiently, and there was no power leg, but every leg was unlocked and released at the same time, the companies would go bust very quickly, because they'd be paying out more than they're taking in, because all binaries are structured like that. So binaries assume that a large percentage of candidates will fail, and on that assumption, they make profit and the people lose, and this is why I stay away from binaries. And here you've got Unilevel, and like I said, Mike Sheffield, an associate, put together compensation plan. This will stand up in any Western court, and therefore by default in any country in the world. Nobody can challenge this compensation plan for fairness and efficiency. And on top of that, because of the Bitcoin mining agreement we've got with our exclusive partner, Genesis Mining, we are able to, with our strategic partner, we're able to offer a more aggressive payment as well.
Right, okay. Let me just...
I'm conscious, Adrian, we've crossed an hour. It's quite a long hangout today.
Yeah, don't worry, but it's been recorded, so it'll all be used. It don't really bother me. I'm not sure about you. I like to get things, everything covered. I just got one guy asking you, referral link seems not to be working. I'm trying to set up a free account. Justin. Have I got my link right?
Well, why don't you click your own link and see if it's opening properly?
I click my link. It is working. There you go. It's logged in.
Yeah, it's working. Perfectly fine. Wait.
See this? I'm putting the link in again, Justin. Okay.
Yeah. Also, Adrian, if you just go back to the page with your link on it, let's just hover there. Give it a few seconds, and when this comes up, open free account. Adrian, do you mind clicking that yellow box? It says open free account. Yeah, click that. Now here you go, guys. Very straightforward. Those who come in as a free saver, especially the people coming, tired and burnt from a ref share, go for the 0-1 and start mining and building back your income using crypto mining. Those that want to be paid an affiliate, 249 is the lowest initial start, plus you pay 50 monthly. But the 797, you have nothing to pay on a monthly basis. That's a one-off fee, includes the annual membership. The 3000 gives you a whopping 10 times more mining power than the 797, and it gives you $800. That's a quarter of $3,000 is straight away in precious metal immediately. Then you go to the 5000 package right next to it, to the 3000. That gives you 3 times the mining power of the $3,000 package and $1,200 of precious metal, which is about a quarter of this. So, it's all transparent right there in front of you. Everything that you need to know, the differences between the packages is in there. And obviously, I'm sure Adrian will share the compensation plan with you at some point. I think, Adrian, don't share the slideshow you've got now. I've got a slightly better updated version. I'll send it across to you so you can share with your audience. And, it's a no-brainer of a business, man.
Which one is that? Which version? Which is a better version you've got? The PowerPoint I'm using now, you mean?
Yeah, this PowerPoint you're using, I've got a better version than that. So let me see if I can find it for you, and then I'll send it to you.
Okay, no, just send it over to me, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was just saying, you got the 797 package, which I'm showing now. You got the 3000 package, and you got the $5,000 package. The $5,000 package seems a bit of a no-brainer, really. What you're getting for your money, doesn't it?
Okay, so if I just put this into context right away, let's start from scratch, right? Let's ignore that the cheaper packages are even available. Let's ignore those, and let's just keep focus on the 5000 package, okay? 5,000 United States dollars. This package will give you roughly $1,400 worth of Bitcoin over the year, paid out daily. So that is roughly 28% income in the first year, and you have nothing to do. You leave it as it is and walk away. Set up your Coinbase or whatever Bitcoin wallet you've got, set it up in the back office so that the daily Bitcoin that is generated gets paid into your wallet, whatever it may be. It may be blockchain.info, Coinbase, Zappo, any other fancy ones you may have, whatever you feel secure with. Just put your address in there, and your Bitcoin will be given to you on a daily basis. You should expect to make, at current rates, it could change, there could be a third world war and we don't know what happens in the world. So everything can go belly up. There is risk, of course, you need to know that. But listen, if you're making 28%, that is 28 times more than your bank. And this is what you take to your next door neighbor, and you tell your next door neighbor, hey dude, you got $5,000 in your bank. What is your bank paying you? He'll say, oh no, it's paying 0.5% or whatever. Tell him, okay, I've got, would you take risk, which is linked to a futuristic Bitcoin, away and outside from your traditional banking system, with the hope of getting roughly a quarter of your $5,000 in income paid out in Bitcoin? If that gets them excited, then imagine this is by doing absolutely nothing for the next 365 days. Okay? But if that same person said, if I wanted more, what do? You tell them once a week, you log into your account, check how much Bitcoin you've got, and go and add more mining power at the rate of $30 each time. Keep doing that week after week, and you should be looking at a nearly 50% return rather than 28%. Introduce 1, 2, 3, or 5 people, and you're looking at more than 100 to 200% return, depending on, we can do the numbers on a spreadsheet very easily. See how much added mining power you get, how much cash bonuses you get, and see if you want to redeploy those back into mining, or you want to use them as gold and silver savings instead, or whatever. But the point in this package is $1,200 is physical product. That is in your back office. If a week later you decide, hang on a minute, I don't want gold sitting in my back office. I would rather have $1,200 worth of mining power extra added to it. Well, sell your gold from your 5K package, which is in your back office, and go and buy more mining. If you're impatient, if you want to aggressively compound. Introduce one more person at the 5K package. Your bonus will be 3,000 gigahash added to you. Now listen, if somebody gives you a cash bonus, let's say $500 in cash, it's very easy for you to spend it, right? But if somebody gave you the same $500 in mining capacity instead, so instead of giving you $500, they're giving you the ability to keep generating more Bitcoin. That is infinitely more valuable than giving them cash. So it's almost like instead of giving somebody printed dollars, you're giving them the printing press that prints those dollars. So that's the compounding effect you have by introducing just one 5K platinum member, yourself being a 5K platinum member. You introduce one more 5K platinum member, you get paid $590 in cash. That's more than 10% straight away. That's your cash bonus. Plus you get about 10% worth of mining power as mining bonus. So you get two types of bonus, cash bonus and mining bonus. This is just by introducing one chap. And in this specific case, I'm telling you confidently, I'm looking the camera in the eye and telling you very confidently, you don't even need network marketing people for this. For this, reach out to your neighborhood. All the dollars sitting in a bank account are literally rotting away. They've got no other purpose. The market is fed up and tired with taking risk in the stock market. If there is a good, futuristic, and still not messed up, the governments haven't been able to mess up Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining yet. We don't know what the future holds. I'm not predicting it, but I can tell you this, that it is a user-driven, genuine demand and supply-based commodity that is literally digital commodity that is being used, and the population of India, China, Malaysia, Indonesia, all the 4 billion people on the other side of the world are driving its demand because they're propping up with websites for grocery deliveries. We accept Bitcoin all of a sudden. Amazon wants to accept Bitcoin. Walmart wants to accept Bitcoin. Expedia already accepts Bitcoin. Starbucks takes Bitcoin. So it's here. It's very real. And the $100 million company that we've got a partnership with isn't just going to vanish overnight. They've got real physical locations where they mine it. So this proposal is literally for your next door neighbor. If you have people that don't know what to do with their money while it's wasting away in a bank, remember the word dollar comes from the German word Thaler. The Thaler is the German way of expressing the Roman currency talent. And that talent is what is used in one of the parables in the Bible. Bury your talent, and what was given to you will be taken away from you. But use your talent and invest it and grow it and take that risk by using it, you will generate more return. And though he who gave you the talent in the first place will be pleased with you. But if you bury it and let it rot in a bank, it's not going anywhere. And this is the dilemma. People not willing to take a risk. That's understandable. Too many people get burnt in the business and online, generally online markets anyway. But as we've been able to demonstrate here, you've got high quality, Swiss certified, proper product, plus Genesis linked mining. The combination of that is a no-brainer. And on top of that, you get to choose. Would you like your storage facility in Switzerland, or we can offer you Dubai? If you're in the Asian side, we have a free storage facility in Dubai. You can literally go there, knock on the door, make an appointment first, go there and collect it physically if that is what you prefer. You can have physical delivery to your home. If you want to leave the whole affair in Switzerland and never even touch it at home because it may be safer there, it's a fully insured environment. So this 5K could be a life changer for a number of people. Of course, there are risks. But to be very honest with you, there are the same risks by being in your current bank, because your current bank may need a bail-in or a bail-out at some point in the future. Nobody knows which way that's going. If you're a United Kingdom resident, let me remind you, Abbey National got taken over by Santander. Alliance and Leicester vanished. Bradford and Bingley gone. Cheltenham, Gloucester just about survived. Your Portman Building Society swallowed up by Nationwide. Woolworths gone. You know, if you just think back to the series of events that took place just over the last few years, there were riots in London. London and Croydon were burning in 2009, I think 9 or 11, I can't remember. But you know, these things happened because this is reality linked to the financial services industry that we are aware of. And when the last crisis happened, it had a knock-on effect. The banks, where it started with the home loan companies, it had an effect into the banks. When the banks started getting into trouble, the next to go were insurance companies. So AIG was a major casualty of that. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac vanished. From the insurance sector, it had a knock-on effect into the pension sector. It had a knock-on effect into the second largest lending mechanism in the world, which is the auto industry. It survives on car loans, on finance deals for automobiles. So it had a knock-on effect, and now it's a sovereign debt crisis because the governments have run out of money. So when this situation presents itself, your money in its dollar shape is not safe. Your bank, given that the government even hasn't got money left, isn't safe. So what do? Take a bit of risk, and here is where you're able to generate some return, which you wouldn't normally get with the stock market. And here we have, Adrian, I must say this, here we know the risks. The calculated risks are that if Bitcoin, excuse me, Bitcoin mining becomes unprofitable for 20 days or more, your contract is void. Even if your contract is void, you've collected $1,200 worth of gold and silver already. So a quarter is back in your hand. And for the rest of it, excuse me, for the rest of it, the Bitcoin mining pays you on a daily basis. So you're constantly recovering your initial cost anyway. If you didn't want to put in any more fresh capital over and above the $5,000, it's a no-brainer. Refer other people, get given mining power as a bonus to you. Mining power worth $5, $10, $20, $40,000 can be yours just by sponsoring other people. You are given mining as a bonus, and that's the target. I mean, if you had $100,000 worth of mining power, you'd be making what? About $60,000 a year in income. That should be everybody's aim, you know. Build yourself up. If you've done FutureNet Pro, the ad pack system, you know, makes healthy income. This is exactly the same, except it uses Bitcoin. And, you know, to be honest with you, it's much better than a binary because it is fair. Why should a power leg benefit when here whoever sponsors will benefit?
Yeah.
All right, Adrian, is that okay?
Just want to clarify on this 5,000 package here. Can you still see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
It's got 15 TH. Obviously, that's terahash. It's called gigahash. Is that the same terminology, or is it just a spelling mistake?
Well, it's very simple. It's 1,000 gigahash is
the terahash. Yeah,
1 terahash.
Right. So what's the point of why not just pay $1,950, 1,000 gigahash, rather than pay $5,000 and get the same gigahash?
Yeah, sure. You can get the $797 annual package that covers your fee for a year, and then go straight for the mining, no problem. What you're missing out on is the gold. If you don't care about the gold and the silver at wholesale prices, go for the mining.
And you can't just buy the 19. You can't just spend 1950 on its own.
You can, as a free saver, you can. But if you want to earn an income, you need to be a member. To be a member,
yes, yes, you can spend 1950, but you can't affiliate. You can't make money from your team, basically.
Correct. You can spend 1950 on the free account for mining, and you can just focus on the mining and keep mining all the way. No problem. Nothing stopping you there.
Or you can pay, or you can join the 249 and then pay the 1950. You can do that as well, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just trying to cover all angles with regards to the cost for getting somebody involved, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Do that, no problem.
Yeah.
Not just that, in the back office, you can buy $1,950 worth over and over again. So you can do it by PayPal, you can do it by credit card, by bank wire, or your commission earnings. So if you're able to refer people, you've got the commissions coming in. So on this screen, Adrian, if you scroll up, on you're looking at the golden heart. So if you scroll up a little bit,
yeah,
go to back to my precious metals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then click on my crypto in the middle on my crypto.
Oh, I'm not approved, so I can't get in there yet.
Okay, all right, never mind. If you click on my crypto in your back office when you get your KYC approved, you can then go to a place that says buy more mining, and you can buy your mining over and over again. The question is, are you going to use your own money, or are you going to use the compensation plan money? And this is the beauty. You know, I do believe BitCoin has a bright future going forward. It is the only cryptocurrency on the planet where people are spending hundreds of millions of dollars in both infrastructure, application development, and user ability at the point of sale. Now, there are a lot of other coins. You know, I'm not knocking any others, but there's a lot of coins that are going to seriously have to compete with a $10 billion business. And you know, just to project themselves on the basis of network marketing, they're going to really struggle, to be honest with you. You know, there has to be a unique selling point. So when you have Genesis Mining entering into contracts with various governments, you know, entire industries, like I heard about a coal mining company that had spare liquidity, and they find coal mining isn't very profitable, so they went into Bitcoin mining. Can you imagine? Coal and Bitcoin, two totally unrelated things. And they're like, we're making 7 times more profit in our Bitcoin mining operation than we are with coal mining, and we are tied up with Genesis Mining. There's some phenomenal stories coming out of there. You know, it's a very transparent German company with a bunch of PhDs running the show. So, you know, they know what they're doing. And therefore, I believe Bitcoin has got a good future, a lot of good quality, Richard Branson quality money going into Bitcoin. So therefore, it's good to have as much mining as you can today. So when the difficulty level improves or goes up, you already have your slice of the pie within the environment of mining. And now the question is, should you risk more and more of your own capital, or would you rather have referral bonuses adding to your mining capacity? And that's a choice that your audience needs to make on their own.
And where does, moving on to Bob Proctor, where does he come into it with regards to Swissquote Global? Because Bob Proctor obviously is a top mentor coach, been around for donkey's years, and I believe he's put his name, or he's involved at some point, didn't he? He put his name to it, Swissquote Global, didn't he?
Yeah, so about 20 years ago, the other gentleman you see in the picture is Bill Rowell. He's the CEO. He's the one to have kind of recruited me into this company along with my sponsor, Claudia. I spent a good amount of time talking to them before I took the decision of joining the company, because I'm very conscious of my reputation in the market. And I satisfied myself on a number of things. First of all, Bill Rowell, the CEO, Australian, living in Switzerland, knows Bob Proctor for more than 20 years, is a student of Bob Proctor, and has worked with several projects directly with Bob Proctor when Bob Proctor used to have a main office in Panama. So Bob Proctor has been, a guiding force to the whole company organization. So the company's gold used to be called Unique. And it's the same company that does all the beauty products, the eyelashes, mascara, etc. This is Claudia Eifert. She's my sponsor. And she's the top affiliate. Claudia and Bill Rowell are both students of Bob Proctor. And it's Bob Proctor's idea to, go down this route. Philip Judge is the friend of Bill Rowell who got us the license. And this other gentleman you just saw, the other picture right next to Bob Proctor, you just had him there. That's Greg Reed. And all these people, their training, their guidance, there you go, this guy, that one, that's Greg Reed. Greg Reed is the author of the new version of Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. It's world famous, especially amongst the network marketing community. And he also has written a book called Stickability. Now, Greg Reed, Bob Proctor's partner, business partner, Sandy Gallagher from the Proctor Gallagher Institute. We've got Carolito Oliveros, who's an international attorney, lawyer, who works with the Robert Kiyosaki organization. All these people are with us. Why? Because it's a rock solid company. And Bob Proctor comes in because Bob Proctor's been saying this for donkey's years. Right from the beginning, he's been saying it. There are only 3 types of wealth you must acknowledge and you must acquire. Do everything you can to have 3 types of wealth: knowledge, gold, and silver. And that's been his slogan all this time. But the thing is, most people don't know this because, there aren't enough people willing to go into the depth that it takes to be able to know the things that are necessary. But, all that is now taken care of. Nobody in your audience needs to be an expert on anything. You just need to think, right, what money is in it for me? I've just shown you get 20% on a $5,000 package. $5,000 package, you get 20% bonus. 10% cash and 10% in mining is your bonus. It's a very aggressive compensation plan. And then comes the compounding. When people start buying more and more mining, you keep getting more and more mining, and you can buy more and more mining of your own. Everybody has more mining, and that is producing daily residual income, which you can keep diverting into gold, silver, or go and blow it on some holiday somewhere. Okay? So we have this galaxy of top industry leaders whose training is available in the back office. That is part of your affiliate membership program. The free account holders will not get it, but if you're an affiliate, no matter which level, you get trained by these top individuals as well. And that's how we're privileged to be associated with Bob Proctor. And this is one of the reasons I joined, because I thought, guy whose movie has been seen by more than 200 million people, The Secret, a guy like that will not risk his reputation with some tin pot jumpstart company. Therefore, this is actually a solid, reliable company. And I've even seen the company documentation in the Swiss company register. So I know I can verify it that it is a legit company. Okay.
And what about if I want to go out to, which I'm thinking of doing, what about if I want to go and pick up my gold? If I can take a trip out to Switzerland, is that right? And go to the vote itself? Is that right?
Yeah, you'll need to make an arrangement. You need to actually let them know. Claudia did that live on video, and she demonstrated that she'd called them in advance, and at a specific time she turned up and collected her physical gold. It comes in a manila package. It's looks very normal, and then you open it and there's literally gold in there. So you could do that. Yeah, I don't know why you would want to, other than visiting Bill Rowell and Claudia maybe in Switzerland.
Just to do that and just make a thing of it, really, as a bit of a marketing ploy to show that this is for real,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you'd like to do that, yeah. I personally, in the new year, I'm thinking of going to Genesis instead because, I think seeing Genesis in operation, and literally I want to hear from their own mouths the very exciting stories they've got. Because remember, Genesis, I hope your crowd is paying attention to this. Genesis is able to create a brand new cryptocurrency in 3 minutes. There is no cryptocurrency out there that they can't create in under 3 minutes. But they are saying, why would we? When Bitcoin exists, why would we create another? So what happens is, if some change happens in the future, they've got the infrastructure. They can switch Bitcoin mining to any other currency mining. They can switch. They've got everything ready. They are at the very cutting edge of cloud mining. And they're not about to lose that leadership position to some new jumpstart that doesn't really necessarily know what they're doing. So from every aspect, we're kind of in a secure location, which is why I'm a little confident. I wouldn't normally be so confident about cloud mining, but here I am reasonably confident about the future of cloud mining. But you've got this rock solid, reliable, precious metal platform anyway. And soon the exchange comes live, and I think there'll be a lot of interest from other cryptocurrencies to be able to swap for gold and silver, and just to have a free account. That's your market. If you're into hashtag marketing, that's your market.
So what about all these other MLM sort of, well, I'm not sure if they revenue share or style, Bitcoin sort of style of programs that are pretending, they seem to be pretending to mine and giving a false impression and giving a very attractive return. There's a lot of these Ponzi schemes out there, like similar, even in Bitcoin, isn't there?
Yes, because I don't want to name them necessarily, but there are a few that are still being promoted when they've proven to be scams, and they come from all kinds of locations. You don't know who the owners are. There are people offering a fixed return for a certain period of time. There's lots of companies that basically take from Peter and pay Paul. So they're literally Ponzi schemes. There's one company based in Malta, has no operation whatsoever, and I've had that verified from the very top level. There's companies based in China. There's one Indian-based company. They say they're cloud mining from laptops. You can't cloud mine from laptops. It takes a serious piece of kit to be competitive in the mining space today. That requires capital-intensive investment, not some Photoshop job, So yes, there's far too many scams, because remember, it's virtually impossible to regulate international online MLM, because who on earth is going to police it? Within that, cryptocurrency is totally unregulated so far, which is the whole purpose. So obviously there's a whole bunch of scammers that believe, oh great, nobody's going to stop us now, so let's start this, let's start that, and you get a lot of scams like that, and that is where you have to be careful. But does that take away the legitimacy of Bitcoin? No, it doesn't. The Swiss government has started accepting Bitcoin as of last week. There are universities in Germany now taking Bitcoin as tuition fees. Not universities, but some kind of training institutes beginning to take Bitcoin as tuition fees. In the US, it has started happening that they're taking Bitcoin as a valid form of payment if you have Bitcoin. So, you have the legitimacy on one side, but you also have, because of lack of regulation, you also have the unscrupulous elements trying to make a fast buck. And this is why you need to be careful. And I personally don't want to, I don't care how much money I am able to make in the next 6 months promoting a Ponzi scheme. The people I introduce to a good, reliable, solid business, I would like them to have longevity and prosperity over a period of time, even if my own income is a little slower. It takes hard work. I'm willing to put in the hard work, but I'm not willing to make a fast buck and leave everybody else burnt. Money has a cost to it, and I'm not willing to sell my soul, to be honest. Right?
I think time will tell what Fiscal Global will still be around in 3, 4, 5 years' time, and most of us will be gone, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So, are we done, Adrian? I think we're close to 2 hours.
that is it. Thanks for that, Prem. It went on a bit longer than planned, but it's all recorded, so it's great. We can go back on that. I can send it out to my team. So I'll catch up with you tomorrow, Prem. I'll give you a ring, and we can have a catch up and just go through it tonight. And I got a few other clients as well. I want to do a 3-way call.
Sure.
So thanks for everything, Prem. Okay, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Okay, thanks for everything tonight.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Okay, cheers, Prem.